What up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for joining. Abby, thanks so much for that great talk. Really appreciate that. I just want to quickly tell you guys about this competition that we're running. This competition is all about data, right? Because data eats models for lunch. That's kind of what we believe here at Voxel 51. So I'm going to drop links after I'm done talking to you guys here in the chat. So don't worry, I'll give you links to all this, but just a quick overview of what it is that we are doing. We're hosting a competition on Hugging Face. So the competition right now is kind of like in soft launch mode. Um, you're free to play around with the code and the data sets. There might be a couple of updates, but I'll keep you guys communicated on that. But we're running a competition, so it's gonna be cool. It'll be fun. So the whole point of this competition is to curate a data set and use that data set to train a model. So we're gonna hold the model fixed. You can tweak around some hyperparameters here and there, but the whole point of this competition is trying to get the best model performance from the smallest number of samples. And so we're hosting the competition here on Hugging Face. The Hugging Face space for the competition has a lot of information about the actual challenge itself, the process, some of the submission requirements. So I will say these submission requirements will change briefly. And I'll send out an email if you guys do register for the competition, and you'll get all that stuff communicated to you. But don't worry about that part. The most important part is curating your data set and the evaluation criteria. So here we're using a kind of a augmented map, if you will. So augmented mean average precision that is scaled based on the number of samples that you have in your training data set. A lot of detail here about why this particular metric. This timeline, this was in the initial launch of the competition, but we're relaunching it as a soft launch. So I'm going to extend this timeline rather than having the competition end on October 27th. I'm going to have the competition now end at the end of November. So more like November 27th, and then we'll get winners announced. And if you're wondering what you get for being a winner, well, you get money, cash prizes. First place will take $1,000. And second and third place will get some awesome Voxel 51 swag. So there's information here about the data set. I encourage you guys to check it out. It's a augmented version of Open Images V6 and V7. It's 43 classes, and all the information you need about the data set is right here. And I've also included a couple of useful resources for you. This right here is a example submission, but really this is just an example for you to run locally or run whatever in a VM that you're working on to kind of help you as you're curating your data set and building out your actual submission script. When you do make a submission script, you're going to have to submit a model repo, and the model repo needs to have script.py. Script.py will have your functions for data curation. It'll have your training hyperparameters. And then I instruct here what to not modify, what to modify. And then you'll submit this example repo, and then we'll run the model on your behalf. So we make it quite easy for you in submission. All this stuff right here is more kind of for you to hack around and play locally. You'll notice that there is a submission folder, to keep it easy for you to manage your code. You can write all your data curation logic in data curation.py. Script.py will load from data curation and train a model for you. That way you can test out your data curation skills locally before submitting the official repo. So go ahead and check this out. I'll drop more resources for it. The whole point of this, again, is curating a data set. And the challenge for you is to use 51 to curate your data set. So everything is going to be submitted. Rather, all of your logic should be implemented using 51 and the 51 SDK. So going back here, you'll notice that we have data sets as well, specifically the visual AI train set, the visual AI public eval set, the private eval set. Obviously, I can't share that with you, but I'll drop links to all of these so you guys could check that out. I'm also going to share a link to something that we're working on kind of behind the scenes at Voxel 51. We're working on a course with Coursera This course is a hands-on data-centric visual AI course. Kind of building everything in public in the sense that everything's open. I'll drop a link here for you as well. This way you can kind of get familiar with, how to use 51 to curate a data set and do a number of things with 51. So I'll drop a link to that for you as well. Um, and there will be more dates added to this. I'm hosting a help series for you folks who are either interested in learning more about 51 and want to kind of get up and running with 51, or are participating in the competition. This is your opportunity to come in and ask questions. I mean, you can ask questions generic to deep learning if you want. I don't mind. Just come hang out with me. There'll be more times added, pausing on the 20th because after this, there's a bit of travel that I have to do. But we have a session tomorrow, 24 hours from now, less than 23 hours from now, that you can join in on, and then one next week, and then I'll update more times here and keep you guys updated on that. That's it for me, really. I just wanted to put you guys on notice that we have this competition happening, and I'll share all the links. And if you got any questions, feel free to hop into our community Slack. We have a channel called Competitions in the community Slack, where you're free to ask questions. And that's it for me. Thank you, everybody.